Hey, this is Stefan. Today I want to talk about how to get started with the Retouching Toolkit. So you downloaded and installed the Retouching Toolkit configurator and you've done the installation process. If you didn't do it now. Go to Settings and open the installation wizard. It will take you through the installation process and it will install the panels in Photoshop. So now you are here with this empty Retouching Toolkit configurator is an application, and a good start is always to install the add-ons, or at least one of these add-ons. I recommend the Conny Wallström retouching workflow because it's the base of like everything we do in the Retouching Toolkit. So if you click on download, and it will download this add-on from our web server. And now you click on finish installation. It will install the panels and click everything on yes, everything that pops up, and it will open Photoshop. So it grabs the, it installs the actions and all that stuff that's needed for this add-on. There is a warning in the latest Photoshop version, so you need to do yes. And then you can go back to the Retouching Toolkit configurator and hit close. So you will end up with this panel here. This is the Conny Wallström workflow add-on, and it's a really powerful add-on that comes with scripts and with actions and with brushes and with tons of really helpful functions for your retouching. We have dedicated videos about this add-on, especially about the frequency separation area here, the tab with the frequency separation, but as well as for the workflow add-on. So in order to make changes to this add-on, I strongly recommend to make a copy of this. So how can we copy a full panel? That's actually pretty simple. Just click on Export to File, and you click on this panel number 1. This is the number 1. I've got 2 more panels here. They are just hidden. And you click on Export. And just do this on my desktop. So, and import this from file. So, like this. And I'm doing an import. So now I have the same panel twice. So why should you work on a copy of this? The thing is, if you change something in the original panel here and you take this as a base for your editing, then with every update of this add-on, you will lose your changes. So instead of this, just work on the copy. If you want to get rid of an add-on, you can just open this section here, the outline section, and here you have your add-ons, and you can just click this little cross here and you can just delete this. So now I deleted the original panel. The copy will still work, obviously. And now I can start to modify this panel in a way that, well, that fits my needs. I recommend to check out the user guide and support page. So if you click this, you will see a page with a lot of videos. So we have tons of videos that will guide you through these add-ons. So give yourself a little bit of time and dive into this Conny Wallström workflow add-on, for example. This is like a complete walkthrough this add-on. So let's go back to this. There are a lot of things that might be fit your workflow, but some are probably not that helpful. So start with taking stuff out that you don't need. For example, if I have a look for my retouching process, I'm barely using the healing layer here, so I'm always using the healing with help. So I'm just taking this out, drag it outside of this panel. Also the dodge and burn layer, and dodge and burn. That's something that I never use because I always use dodge and burn with help. Also this line here, can take it away. Gray soft light and blank soft layer is something that I never use, so I always use curves. Saturate and desaturate with help. Yeah, I need this, but I don't use the saturate and desaturate without the help. So I'm just taking away some of the stuff that I never use. But there are some things that I use very often. And so I go to Command, and I'll have a look at what kinds of commands I have. Here are my Photoshop actions, my Photoshop presets, Photoshop Toolkit scripts, and the Photoshop menu. You might not see the Photoshop actions. In order to make this happen, click on Load from Photoshop, and you will get another warning, and bam, here are your actions. So, for example, I want to have the gradient map picker. That's a script that we have, and I want to have it here in below the gradient map maker. So what I do is I go to Elements, and I just drag in this button into this toolkit area here where I want it. And then I go to Command. I know that it's in the legacy folder, and here is the color map picker. Make sure you have that button selected, and now you can just click it once. So you see the command is set up here. If you click it twice, it will also assign that command, and it will just replace the button name with the name of the script. I can give it a nice color, make it in this dark orange. And yeah, I'm pretty much done. So I'm constantly changing the panel that I'm working with. So if I see I'm missing something, then I change it quickly so I have it for the next time. If I click on Save Layout, this container number 2, you can see the number here on top. This container number 2 is saved to the hard drive. And if I go to Photoshop and I open the window extensions, Retouching Toolkit number 2, I will see all my changes applied here. So I've got the gradient map picker here, and it will work. So that's like the first step. And I think it's very important to just learn some basics and take a little bit of time to understand what these add-ons actually do, and throw things out that you definitely don't use, and replace it with things that you use all the time. That's a perfect start into the world of the Retouching Toolkit. It's very fast. It's not frustrating. There is a lot to know about the Retouching Toolkit, and also a lot to know about the scripts and how to use them and stuff. But I think for an easy start, this is like perfect. Also, I strongly recommend to join our our Retouching Toolkit user group on Facebook, because that's the place where we have discussions about the add-ons, and where we answer questions about everything that's related to the Retouching Toolkit, and you will not miss any news. So make sure to join that group. It's really a nice place, and the people are plain awesome and really helpful. Yeah, so that's how to start with the Retouching Toolkit.